Okay, let's first talk a little bit about what is the game that we are actually trying to build in this course. The game itself is called American Revolution 1776, which should be a well-known topic for all the students across the pond and also here in US. It will have three factions: the American Patriots and the British Regulars and the Hessian Mercenaries. The game will have infantry, it'll have artillery. Artillery is nothing but cannons drawn by horses. Okay, and for the infantry, we will have American militia, American continental regulars, and possibly elite light infantry. On the British side, we will have definitely the British regulars and the famous British grenadiers in their bearskin caps, and the elite British light infantry. And for Hessians, we will definitely have the Hessian regular infantry and the Hessian grenadiers. And artillery, we will have the British used a different type of artillery system, and the American artillery was actually mostly based on the French. So we will have the American artillery system and the British artillery system. I mean, technology-wise, they're pretty much the same, but there are some minute differences, look and feel wise. So we decided to give you two different artillery systems, one for the British, one for the Americans. Okay, so these are the units. And what are the resources in this RTS game? What is an RTS game without resources, right? So the resources in the game are gold, food, ammunition, and land. You need the gold to actually recruit and feed and maintain the armies, and you need ammunition, of course, to equip the armies, and of course you need food just to maintain the armies, in the field. And you need land so that you can build all of the construct all the buildings. What are the various buildings? The most basic building is a farmhouse. So farmhouse actually increases food production, and it can be upgraded, so it has a +1 and +2 capability. Then as far as the army buildings are concerned, you have the basic barracks, which can train militia units. It can be upgraded to +1, which can actually train regulars. And if you upgrade it to +2, it can train elite units like grenadiers and light infantry. And the next set of buildings we are talking about are the armories. The basic armory can only produce ammunition for the muskets. Musket is nothing but an 18th, 19th century gun, okay, smoothbore gun without the rifling. And an armory with +1 rating, it can produce light cannon and musket ammunition. You need an armory of rating +2 in order to produce heavy cannon. Of course, it can produce light cannon as well as musket ammunition. Okay, so how is the game being played? You can either play as the American Patriots, or you can play as the British Regulars. Of course, the Hessians are allied with the British faction. So even though there are three factions, you can the British and the Hessians, they always play together against the Americans. Historically speaking, it's also true. So the basic aim of the game is to capture, as much territory as possible, to construct as many buildings as possible, both farmhouses as well as military buildings like barracks as well as armories, and annihilate the enemy. That's it. Okay, and in order to do that, when the game starts, you will be given a certain amount of gold, a starting amount of food, and also ammunition. But if you don't construct any buildings and if you don't keep upgrading them, you will pretty soon run out of resources. So in order to win the game, it is vitally important that you not only capture territory, but you start planning really well ahead what kind of buildings you start constructing. Do you want armories? Do you want to upgrade the armories before you start training your light infantry? Because if you just keep producing cannon without any light infantry to protect them, other enemy light infantry might swarm you, and it'll kill all your artillery crews and capture your cannon. So building, planning of the building production, it is vital, as also the number, the type, and the number of units that you're actually training. You always start with the militia units, then you gain experience, then they become continental regulars, or you can actually upgrade the barracks, and you can actually train the regular militia into. You can train the militia and make them into regulars. So lots of decisions, lots of branches. So it's going to be just to keep you interested, and also to present you with enough programming challenges in the game balancing part. Okay, thank you.